Governor Steve Bullock appointed a task force to recommend how to spend this money, and after it issued a report May 1st, the administration lined out a dozen programs, including grants to businesses to help them survive and money for people who can't pay their rent or mortgages. But as of this week, only $31 million of the $1.25 billion in federal funding has been approved for disbursement. The biggest chunk is $16 million in stabilization grants for small businesses, distributed to about 2,000 companies across the state, employing up to 50 people each. Another $5 million has gone to nonprofit organizations, $4 million to local public health departments, and $1.6 million to Montana food banks. The state also has approved $1.5 million in emergency housing assistance, although not all that money is out the door. But more than 9,500 applications for grants are still pending, including 6,500 from small businesses seeking stabilization aid and almost 1,000 from people needing emergency housing assistance. Republican legislative leaders and members of the business community are among those saying, "What's the holdup?"
I think there's growing frustration with the slow pace of that. It doesn't do any good to sit in a bank account up in Helena. I think it'd be a lot better to push that out in the prescribed manner that the governor's task force has laid out for him.
Griffin also says that restaurants and others in the hospitality industry who've been hit particularly hard by shutdowns believe much more money from the $1.25 billion pot could be made available for them. Republican State Representative Lou Jones, a Conrad business owner who sat on the governor's task force, agrees. He and others also say the money should be leveraged to create more relief, such as a commercial loan interest deferral program that would enable banks to pitch in as well. And Republican House Speaker Greg Hertz of Polson says a large amount of money should be made available to local governments who know best where it's needed. The Bullock administration says it's waiting for local governments to submit requests for COVID-19 costs this week and in July. The governor also said last week that another option for business aid, similar to the loan deferral program mentioned by Jones and others, will be rolled out soon. As for the pace of the distribution of funds, the administration says it wants to be a careful steward of public money and make sure those who are getting it are eligible. Many businesses, however, say the clock is ticking on their financial future. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.